Shedeur Sanders fans get tough update on his NFL career. Shedeur Sanders is currently the Cleveland Browns' third-string quarterback, but the odds of him seeing the field this year appear slim. Sanders is currently the number 3 quarterback on the Browns' depth chart, which at the moment looks like this. Joe Flacco, starter. Dillon Gabriel, backup. Shedeur Sanders. Bailey Zappe, practice squad. The latest update from longtime Cleveland sports radio personality Tony Rizzo is another indicator that the Browns don't intend to play Sanders, a rookie 5th-round draft pick, this season. On the air Thursday, Rizzo claimed he heard that Sanders is not running Cleveland's scout team. Rather, that duty belongs to Zappe, the practice squad quarterback. I'm hearing Shedeur isn't even running scout team, he's literally watching everyone. Bailey Zappe is running scout team, Rizzo said. While this isn't the most encouraging update for Sanders fans, it also may not be a major blow to his early career. There could be valid reasons for the Browns to keep him off the scout team. Slow and steady. As Sporting News' Billy Hyan theorizes, Cleveland wants this season to be a learning experience for Sanders. Therefore, it makes sense to have someone else, in this case Zappe, run the scout team. Sanders, the QB3 behind Joe Flacco and Dillon Gabriel, isn't meant to learn the opposition's offense. He's meant to learn Cleveland's offense, Hyan writes. Just last weekend, NFL insider Diana Rossini at The Athletic said not to expect Sanders to see game action this season unless things get really weird. It was GM Andrew Berry's call, rooted in his belief that Cleveland's coaching staff could bring out the best in Sanders and help him grow into an NFL quarterback, Rossini wrote. It will be a process, and the Browns want to keep developing him. What's next for Sanders? The young rookie just needs to keep his head down and keep working. The Browns are 0-1, and if they continue losing, it seems unlikely that the team would stick with the 40-year-old Flacco at quarterback for the entire season. Gabriel, a third-round pick in April's NFL draft, would be next in line. If Gabriel winds up starting, it will be interesting to see if Sanders gets the bump up to number 2 quarterback or remains third string. If it's the latter, that means the Browns are serious about this being a redshirt year. For months, Cleveland Browns fans had been buzzing about the rookie quarterback from Colorado, the son of the Hall of Famer who had already carved out his own identity in college football, Shedeur Sanders. His arrival in the NFL carried more than the usual hype. It was a story of legacy, ambition, and promise. Jerseys flew off shelves before he ever threw a professional pass. Social media lit up with every training camp clip. Cleveland had seen quarterbacks come and go, but this one felt different. And yet, the update that rolled in before Week 2 was not what fans wanted to hear. The headlines came with the kind of weight that makes a fan base pause. Shedeur Sanders slips further down the quarterback depth chart. Limited practice reps. Unclear role in near future. For supporters who had dreamed of a quick takeover, the news was a gut punch. The hype before the reality. Shedeur had been painted as more than just a draft pick. He was viewed as a cultural spark. His arrival in Cleveland wasn't only about football. It was about bringing swagger, energy, and a new story to a franchise desperate for stability at quarterback. Deion Sanders had hyped him, the media had amplified him, and fans bought in. They watched him shake hands with legends, exchange passes with veterans, and even take a few preseason snaps that hinted at sharp mechanics and calm poise. But the NFL is merciless. Promise doesn't always equal immediate playing time. A harsh reminder. The Browns coaching staff revealed that Sanders would be taking most of his reps on the scout team. That meant he wasn't just behind the starter, he wasn't even the clear backup. Fans flooded forums and radio call-ins with frustration. What's the point of drafting him if you don't trust him early? He has NFL blood in his veins. Why keep him on the bench? Cleveland can't afford another quarterback carousel. It was a reminder that NFL development often takes longer than the highlight reels suggest. Talent doesn't automatically translate to opportunity. Pressure of the last name. Part of what makes the news tougher for fans is the name on the back of Shedeur's jersey. Sanders. A name that carries the electricity of primetime himself, Deion Sanders, who once dominated NFL Sundays with unmatched flair. Every time Shedeur is on camera, he carries that comparison. Every step onto the practice field feels magnified. Every misstep is dissected as if it were a referendum on the Sanders family legacy. The Browns may want patience, but fans have little of it. They don't just want Shedeur to succeed, they expect him to make an immediate splash because of who his father is. That expectation weighs heavy. What the update really means. Beneath the headlines, though, there's nuance. Coaches privately praise Shedeur's football IQ, his calm demeanor, and his ability to absorb the playbook quickly. But they also stress the brutal reality. The NFL is faster, tougher, and more complex than college. He needs time to sharpen his decision-making, adjust to the pass rush speed, and master protections. So the tough update doesn't mean failure. It means recalibration. For fans, however, the message still stings. Instead of picturing Shedeur leading a comeback drive this fall, they're forced to accept that his rookie year may look more like a redshirt season. Fan reaction. From anger to loyalty. At first, the fan base split into factions. Some vented anger at the coaching staff, calling it short-sighted. Others argued that keeping Shedeur sidelined was the best way to protect his confidence and development. But over time, a more loyal voice began to rise. The fans who believed this was only the beginning of a long journey. They pointed out that plenty of great quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, didn't start immediately. They reminded the rest of the fan base that patience had rewards. Shedeur's story isn't about week 2, one fan wrote online. It's about the next 10 years. Let him cook slowly. The human side. For Shedeur himself, the update forced introspection. He wasn't blind to the noise. He saw the headlines, the Twitter debates, the jersey sales charts. He knew fans wanted him on the field yesterday. But he also knew that the NFL wasn't a video game, it was a grind. Instead of sulking, reports said he doubled down on film study, staying late with coaches, asking questions that veterans themselves sometimes overlooked. On the scout team, he treated every rep like a live game, aiming to test the starting defense in ways that sharpened the entire roster. It wasn't glamorous, but it was real growth. Deion's shadow and support. Of course, there was also Shedeur Sanders, never far from the narrative. He told reporters that setbacks were just setups for comebacks. He reminded everyone that his son had always thrived under doubt. In college, critics said Shedeur wouldn't survive against Power 5 competition, and yet he put up record-breaking numbers. Why would the NFL be any different? Primetime's voice carried weight, but even he couldn't speed up the Browns' timeline. Looking forward, the tough update doesn't close Shedeur's story, it just adds a twist.